Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another segment of The Last Word. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of the Vegas Voice, and our job is to inform you of all the candidates running for political office. We're very lucky to have today Miss Brenda Flank, who is a candidate for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 4. Brenda, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. You know what? Let's start a little bit about your background. Tell us who you are, what you have done, et cetera, et cetera.
Sounds good. I am a native Las Vegan. My family came here in the early 50s when the test site was booming. And they moved here from Louisiana, wanted an opportunity for our family. Later, of course, I came along, and in the early 60s, by that time, it was 9 of us.
Really?
Yes, and we had a good life. It was a great opportunity for the family to come here. I graduated from high school. I've never left Las Vegas. I have 2 degrees. Got interested in politics somewhat at an early age. And I realized that politics affects a lot of the things that we do in our daily life. So my political background spans quite a few decades. I have a business degree. I've been a business owner.
Right.
Have done a lot of things. One of the things that I'm most proud of is my nonprofit and community activism, being involved in the community, in particular with education.
Okay.
So with education, I am a co-founder of a charter school here in Las Vegas. It's called Founders Academy of Las Vegas.
Right.
It's a K-12 state public charter school. Very successful. We've been open 7 years now.
Really?
And very, very proud of the success of the school.
You know, I guess the natural question to follow up on is, based on your experience, based on your degrees, based on the fact that you involved in a nonprofit and you really were helping the community, and you were able to do it on your pace and at your time, why would anybody want to run for political office in this type of atmosphere where everybody sooner or later blames everybody else?
Yes, that's true. And after being involved in politics, I've come to the conclusion supporting candidates and a lot of the times being disappointed in their performance. I decided, if not me, then who?
As simple as that.
Yeah. Just as simple as that. There have been some things in recent years that have, life-changing events. I lost my husband some years ago, 5 years ago, and it was difficult for me to find a track. What path am I going to take now in life? And one day I just decided I want to continue to serve my community. I'm concerned about some of the things that are happening in our city, in our state, in our country, looking at the big picture. And I decided it's time for me to step up.
And again, this is your first time running for political office. I mean, you're a first timer.
Yes.
Is it what you expected? Is it, oh my God, what did I do? Or what have I done? Or
actually, from that standpoint, it is a little bit different. And I had to reassess a lot of things because, there is a dividing line, between a candidate and an activist.
Sure.
A person that's supporting campaigns. But I'm prepared because I've seen the other side and I understand what is needed in our community. What are people actually looking for in candidates, in their representatives? I'll put it that way. And that's important.
Positively. With that in mind, what do you feel are the most important objectives? Once you become a Las Vegas City Councilwoman, Ward 4. What's your goal? What's your objectives?
First thing I need to do is find the keys to the ladies' room. My objective is to be the best representative that I can be for my community. It's important that we know and understand what those needs are.
Right.
One of the primary concerns right now today, and it's not just in Las Vegas, it's throughout our country, the issue with crime. A lot of people talk about the rise in crime and what we're going to do about. Number one thing that we need to do is make sure that our police and fire departments, our public health and safety agencies are funded.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. But then there are other underlying problems too that we need to take a look at. Why is it that the crime rate is going up, but what is the reason for that? We have people that are not paying consequences for their actions. It's important that that happens also. We need to look at the judicial system
Mm-hmm.
and see what is going on. The revolving door for criminal activities. You hear a lot of things about these awful things that happen, and then you hear about the record of that person that committed this awful crime.
Sure.
So it's important that we look at that aspect. Also, we as residents need to take personal responsibility. It is a two-way street when it comes to protection.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do things to protect ourselves as well. We can make sure that Metro is funded, that they are there, but they are there after the fact.
You know, one of the things that I get a kick out of speaking to people with is that because of your background, your community involvement, you have a particular way. I mean, this is what you think is the way it should be. You get on the Las Vegas City Council, and now you have to deal with a lot of other personalities.
Yes.
How do you feel you can do that without trying to grab somebody by the throat and say, how stupid can you be? Or how do you do it? Do you feel you can work with other people?
I know that I can because I've had to. When you're involved in a lot of community activities, you meet a lot of different people, a lot of personalities, a lot of people of different political persuasions. And you have to have the kind of temperament and the determination that whatever the project is, you want to make this work. And you want to be able to express yourself, present your ideas, and convince other people that what you're saying or want to do is correct.
You know, and let me ask you a very tough question, but I think you should be able to handle it. People in Las Vegas City at Ward 4 should vote for Brenda Flank because
they should vote for Brenda Flank because I am committed to my community. I understand the needs of the people in my community, in particular, the senior community. Living in Sun City, Summerlin, I've had a chance to actually be involved and identify what the needs are. And of course, in different sections, areas of town, the needs are different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be just focused on one thing. My background, I think, with community activism is also important because you've had a chance to engage with others in the community and addressing their issues and just problem solving. That is my primary goal.
And in the few seconds that we have left, if people want more information about you,
Yes.
they want to contribute, they want to volunteer, they have questions, et cetera, how do they get a hold of you?
I am so easy to find. It's my name, BrendaFlank.com. That's my website. And my phone number is 702-286-8957. And I can be reached also by email, Brenda@BrendaFlank.com. Pretty easy.
Very easy.
BrendaFlank.com.
Yeah, I thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I would like to think that we can get you on again as we get closer to the primary and everything else and go into some more issues.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Brenda, thank you so much for being here. And
thank you.
This is Dan Roberts for the Vegas Voice. And remember, if you don't vote, you don't get a voice.